That's crazy. So what's that, like 5 grand in 2 months, something like that?
I think it's 5,200 profit.
That's crazy, bro. That is fantastic work.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
That's got to go down in history as one of the best deals going, mate, I think.
That was a great deal. Yeah, I mean, absolute. Yeah, it elevated our business massively, and that was just one. I believe if I went full time in property, There's more I could do.
Oh, 100%. If you had
exactly.
more time in the day, God knows what you'd be doing, mate. Because some of these numbers that I've got in front of me here is frightening. That sounds like a fantastic deal, mate. So 600 quid profit for not doing too much, is brilliant. Welcome back to Luke's Properties podcast. In this episode, I'll be sitting and talking with one of my success students, Chris, from OSTT Developments. Chris came on our rent-to-rent course around a year ago, and since then, he's gone from strength to strength. He's taken on multiple rent-to-rent deals. He's also been taking his property management skills over to Spain, and he's making some great cash flow from property that he owns. There's loads of tips and gems in this episode, so make sure you have a pen and paper ready. Stay tuned and enjoy. Chris, welcome to the pod, mate.
Thank you.
How you doing? You good?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Things are good. How are you?
Yes, mate. Can't complain at all. Just wanted to catch up with you and see how things have been going. Where I like to start with my guests normally is where it all started. So I guess going back to when you first came on the course and or what you were doing prior to that, like we just mentioned off camera. That'd be good to talk about.
No problem. So basically, what happened was, mate, I was just doing your standard warehouse work, 7 to 5
Yeah.
every day.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to save the pennies, but as you know, I'll be there till I'm 60, till I've got enough for a deposit or something. So yeah,
Sure.
me and my friend Ollie, my business partner, we sort of got together and Ollie sort of recommended that we did your course.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you know what? I went to Spain. Took my laptop, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to sit in the sun, do the course, and yeah, probably one of the best things and one of the best things I've ever invested myself in. I would
Yeah.
say to this date by a mile. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant, mate. So you came on the course. You learnt in Spain when you was in the sun, having catching a tan.
Yep.
And then quite soon after that, from my memory, you got your first deal.
Literally got the course, come back. Obviously, we had a few meetings. Me and Ollie did
Mm-hmm.
got a few strategies together. Obviously, sort of took snippets from the course, brought my notes together. Ollie brought his notes together,
Yeah.
and we just said, right, let's utilize our skills and see what we can do. And yeah,
Yeah.
before you know it, within the first week, I called up a landlord who I knew was struggling to pay his rent.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 4 bedroom house that we've still got to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went in and said he had his house for sale, and as you know, the market at the time wasn't, people weren't buying.
It's a bit up
So the
and down. Yeah.
first thing we did, we met up with him, and he was just an old geezer struggling to pay his mortgage, and we offered
Mm-hmm.
him a fixed contract of a 3-year contract of
Yeah.
guaranteed money, so he could pay his
Yeah.
rent.
Yeah.
Took that on. We was going to not HMO. We was going to do rent to rent. Rent to
Service accommodation, rent to SA,
no, not rent to SA. The other one where you
rent to
do the room.
HMO,
That's the
rent
one.
to
Yeah.
HMO. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wouldn't have been a HMO because of the rooms or something. There's only 4 rooms, so we didn't need the
Mm-hmm.
license. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we went down that route. But I got in touch with the NHS, so I had a meeting with
Yeah.
NHS, but they didn't want to
Brilliant.
sign they didn't want to sign a contract.
Okay.
They didn't want anyone else in there bar their staff.
Mm-hmm.
And if the room wasn't filled, they would have said, "Oh look, well, we can't have anyone else in there." So money wise, it didn't make sense down that route.
Sure.
So what we did was we got our first lot in there. We just said, look, we paid. Can I talk figures on you with you?
We love figures here, mate. We love figures here.
All right, let's talk figures then. So yeah, basically the first deal we did, we charged £2,000 a month all in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got that 4 bedroom in Hereford for £750 a month for 3 years, which is a
Oh,
phenomenal deal.
you've done well
Um,
there.
that's once I'd done your course, I couldn't. I sort of did it, and I said, well, why isn't everyone doing this? Surely there's a
Yeah.
catch to this,
Yeah.
Literally, that was the first guy I approached,
Yeah.
and then boom, yeah. So for the first 6 months, we had some guys in there. We were charging 2,000 all in with bills
Mm-hmm.
included. So
Sure. Yeah.
again, we was making about a good 600-700 on that.
How did you? So you said it was someone that you already knew, or someone like a landlord that you'd already been speaking to, or someone in your network. How did you even like come across that property? Like,
Well, like I said, like it's the little things in your course that I took down, I noted, I wrote down in my book, I kept them
Yeah,
there, and I just thought to myself,
sure.
right, well, I need to make a plan here now. I don't want to sit around.
Mm-hmm.
I set a business up, business through Companies House and that, and I was like, look, I need to get on with this. I'm not going to sit
Yes.
around and wait. So
Yeah.
my friend, my colleague at work, he moved out of his
Mm-hmm.
4-bedroom house because it was 4-bedroom. There's only him and his partner.
Didn't need that
Anyway,
much rooms.
no, the house was up, and I said, he ain't going to sell that. And then I thought to
No.
myself, hang on a minute, the course I've done, this could come in use.
Yeah,
So
got you.
I got his number. I called him, and I just literally another one of your strategies. I said, listen, you're not going to sell this property
Mm,
because of the market. I generally believe that. Look, potentially you can.
mm,
Let me offer you a flat rate that which will
mm-hmm.
cover your mortgage because
Mm-hmm.
it's been on the market for 4 months, costing you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll also do the property up. I did
Mm-hmm.
the kitchen up for him,
Nice, nice, nice.
change all the doors.
Yeah.
I spent about 2.5 grand doing it up.
Yeah, but still, it's a lot more than what any other estate agent would offer, isn't it? No one offers that type of deal. It's unheard of.
It was a great investment. Look where we are now.
Yeah, yeah,
So
for sure,
yeah,
mate.
I approached him and he said, "Yep." And he said, "Look, was there any way we could negotiate the money going up?" I
Yeah.
said, "No, no, sorry. The deal's there." And
Yeah.
yeah, he snapped my hands off to it. And again, like you say, it's great because anything goes wrong with with the water, the sink, the leak, the
Yeah.
heating, it doesn't cost
Yeah.
me it doesn't cost me a penny.
No, no.
So
And as
it's
it
phenomenal.
Yeah, and as it shouldn't really, and what I think we're getting to here is landlords need that guaranteed income, and that's what they're kind of after. And I think a lot of people get confused with rent to rent, thinking why would landlords do that or why would they accept that type of offer? But they just want that passive income, don't they? Really and truly.
Exactly, exactly. And
Like he knows.
the route I'm looking to take now is I would take if someone come to me with a contract saying I'll take 3 years rent. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
bite your hand off of it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it depends where you're at regarding the property side of things, I guess. What route you taking?
yeah, yeah, for sure. So that was the first one. That sounds like a fantastic deal, mate. So 600 quid profit for not doing too much, is brilliant. So moving us on from
Absolutely.
there, what happened next?
Whilst I was in Spain, I went and stayed
Mm-hmm.
at someone's house. A
As you do.
nice big villa.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice big villa. And I thought to myself, well, hang on a minute, I could maybe do some work with this person. So I
Mm-hmm.
pulled her in. She just started off doing it and didn't have a clue what she was doing. And obviously
Okay.
I just done your course.
Yeah.
So I was speaking to her and I just said, "Oh, look, have you got it on channel manager?" No,
Mm-hmm.
no, no. What's this? I said,
Okay. Yeah.
for example, like, why do you do 5, 6 night minimum stay in such a big house? People can't afford that. If you bought the stuff, just
Mm-hmm.
basically off from what listening to your course, I offered a few strategies that way,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Oh my god, I didn't realize." So I got my laptop out, sat down. "Hey, this is what you should do. This is what you need to do."
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
said, "Look, I'd like to work with you for my company. And what we'd
Mm-hmm.
like to do is just basically, I would like to get some custom for you. I think your product's really good regarding
Mm-hmm.
the house. It was step 12, underground bar, pool table, gym. It was
Oh,
beautiful.
perfect. I think you showed me it, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was beautiful. That property. Really, really good amenities.
Yeah, so I just said, look, are you happy to work together? Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't a big money maker, but it was more. I wanted to learn more about Spain and stuff like
Sure.
that. And I
Sure.
just wanted to engage with foreign entities, I should say, and speak to them. And
Yeah.
I said, look, how about we work together? I will advertise your property for my company, but what I
Mm-hmm.
want to do, I wanted to take a cut.
Mm-hmm.
So if let's just
Of
say,
course.
we use basic numbers. Let's just say that it was £1,000 for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would then rent that. I put that out on my social media, saying if you'd
Mm-hmm.
like to stay here, please get in
Yeah.
contact. And
Yeah.
obviously, I'd charge a fee then, so I would charge £250 on top. I mean, look, and
Of
we've had
course.
four. It's like I say, it's not a money maker, but it's
Yeah.
good. It's good for the portfolio. It looks good,
Of
things
course.
and
Of course.
yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
we make 250 a stay, and we've had about 3 or 4 stays at the moment. So, and
That's not bad.
I get a free holiday whenever I want to go. So it works perfect.
That's perfect, mate. So basically, you had the expertise, and you was approaching a landlady who sounds like she was just getting her feet wet in service accommodation, wanted to know a bit more about it, and
Exactly.
because you had done the course, you had more expertise than someone who was just starting out. and I guess you leveraged those skills and got yourself in there and basically managing it for her, basically almost, you know.
To be fair, I did show them how to get a lot more custom, and she said to me, "Wow,
Okay.
thank you very much." Like the
Yeah,
channel manager was a big thing that you know
of
like you showed
course,
us, and
of
like
course.
I never used that before, and but yeah,
No.
yeah, massive thing. So yeah, it's I got on a lot more platforms, you know,
Yeah,
regarding again from your course what you told us, booking
yeah,
on Airbnb, you know, so and so,
yeah, yeah.
and yeah, I just think they was really happy. But yeah, I just helped them out, and yeah, I got a little bit of money from doing it. Still doing it now, you know. If you ever want to stay there, Lou, you give us a shout, you know.
I'll give you a shout for sure, mate. All those amenities, it sounds brilliant, mate. It sounds lovely, better than we are right now.
Cost price to the main man, obviously. Cost
Yeah, I know who to come to for sure.
exactly.
That sounds like a great deal, mate. So, okay, so we've got one in Spain. We got one close by to where you are, and then moving on from there. Then it sounds like you got another one that you mentioned as well.
Another two, yeah. But
Number
yeah.
two. Okay, let's talk us
So
through the third one then, and we'll go on to number four.
so the third one was my property. I had that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then what I did with that was just spiced it up a bit, made it look really nice. And I thought, you know what,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try Airbnb.
Yeah.
Another, you know, switch with your course again provided. So I thought I'd try
Yeah. Yeah.
both angles.
Yeah. Of course.
Put it on Airbnb, and
Mm.
wow, mate, wow, what a I'll give you one example.
Go on.
I obviously listened to what you said. I did it up to every, you know, expectations.
Mm-hmm.
It was our best property,
Mm-hmm.
looking wise.
Yeah.
So
Because you own it as well. You can do that, can't you? Because it's yours. It's like, you want to
exactly,
go the
yeah, yeah,
extra mile.
exactly. And I so it's fully furnished and stuff. And then yeah, what I did was I put it on Airbnb, like you said, and then
Mm-hmm.
where I live is Hereford, so it's quite a lot. SAS that come here, and
Yeah.
literally I put it on.
Yeah.
Um, I'll talk figures with you. Obviously, the place cost me
Yes,
about
mate.
$750 a month to run, all
Mm-hmm.
in. Let's just say mortgage, bills.
Mortgage, bills, everything.
I had one booking. Well, I sent it with the WhatsApp group. I'll let you know 'cause we're on the podcast group.
Yes, mate.
They moved. They came in, as you know, as service accommodation is quite quiet on a January. They
Can be
came
quite
January.
quiet in January. Yeah.
They came January the 1st. They
Mm-hmm.
left. Left mid March, and they paid 7 grand.
Okay, no.
So you can work the figures out. 750 times three is what's that? It's over 2 2,
2-2. Yeah. 2-250.
and then the five was a profit. So
That's not bad, is it? That's
no,
that's got to go down in history as one of the best deals going, mate. I think.
that was a great deal. Yeah, I mean, absolute. Yeah, it elevated our business massively, and that was just one. You know,
That's crazy. So what's that, like 5 grand in 2 months, something like that?
2.5 months,
Two and a half months, 5 grand.
I think it's 5,200 profit.
That's crazy, bro. That is fantastic work.
Yeah,
That
I know, it's great. Like I said, I wouldn't if I hadn't done your course, mate. I wouldn't be making no moves at all.
on a single buy to let, you'd do well to get 5 grand for the whole year if you
I know,
think
man, I
about
know,
it.
I know, I know.
So,
What where I live, it is hard to. It's very. The hotels are always full. I don't know
mm,
why. I'm still looking into why because there's a lot of work going around here. Like you've told us to look into it and that, but I haven't needed to. I'll be honest with you. I haven't done a lot of marketing because I'm so busy.
yeah,
With I work 7 till 5 Monday to Friday. Obviously,
you're
I train,
grafting. Yeah,
train after work. It's a lot of graft, but I mean, if I marketed, mate, that how you've showed us,
yeah,
I think I'd be
get
earning
more.
probably double. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, that's interesting that you say that because I mean I'm big on marketing and I do say like yeah, whenever it's quiet, you need to really be doubling down on the marketing. But similar to yourself with the properties that I own as well, like we put the adverts out and we don't have to do that much before we get someone like that who's going to come in and pay that premium.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
and and
See,
and pe- People think Wales and that's quiet, don't they, in Hereford and those types of areas? But there's still that demand for that all bills included, or just a property where the people can stay for a short term.
anyone watching this that wants to get on, they want to get onto the property ladder. Let's just say in the service accommodation, you need to
Mm,
get yourself a place in Hereford. It's a gold mine.
mm.
Absolutely, it's £176 a night at the local Premier Inn to stay because it's always full. It's
About
ridiculous
seven
money.
six for a little premier in room.
Yeah, and it's full
Wow.
it's full every single night.
So it's just a supply demand issue going on there. Then basically, there's
Yeah,
just too many people looking
my
and
company,
not enough.
my company, they send engineers out from all over the country down there and they pay in there. And I said, look, I went in there to do a deal. I said, why don't you use my flat? I'll do it half price, for
Yeah, yeah, because you can. That's fantastic, bro. That people gonna love that deal for sure.
Yeah.
Those
No,
those numbers are insane.
it was a great deal. Do you remember I posted it as well? Because not many people believe it, but I posted it in the WhatsApp group, and I've
Yeah,
still got the screenshots
yeah,
of the proof. So if
yeah,
anyone wants to challenge it, they can come and
yeah. Listen. I mean, listen. The proof's in the pudding. I mean, we haven't got to try too hard to convince people. If people want to jump on and learn this sort of stuff, then they can. If they have that much skepticism and they don't think that it can work, then more for them.
exactly,
We'll keep on marching on, and more profit for us, right?
exactly.
So that's number three. Okay, blimey. Okay, you're flying here. So talk me through the fourth one then.
So the fourth one was a place in Croydon. Now, so
Mm-hmm.
when
In
again,
my manor,
mate, great app to be
Southeast
involved.
London.
Yeah, is it? Yeah. Well, listen, again, another thing. This is. I wouldn't have this if I wasn't part of your WhatsApp group. So
Yeah.
me being part of your WhatsApp group, me investing 10 grand into my property company with Ollie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, to be fair, Ollie brought it to my attention. He said, "Look,
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the lady's name, Laurie. I don't.
Esfa.
Ezra.
Might have been Esfa. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe or one of
they
them. I'm not sure.
they put it in the WhatsApp group. Ollie was
Mm-hmm.
straight on it. Sent me a message. What do you think? I said, let's do it. Let's gamble it. Let's see what we can do. We
Yeah.
gambled it. We spent 3 grand on buying the 2.5 grand for the changeover fee and £500 for the finding fee. So it was
Yeah.
a bit of money to set up, but it was a
Yeah.
gamble we was willing to take because obviously we was on a
Yep.
roll.
Yep.
Got that. Drove down there, miles from me. Took me about 3 days to get there. It took 3 hours to get there.
I've got
And
to do that drive once a month, mate.
well,
Down to you boys.
maybe we can sort something out between us, all right?
We might have to. We might have to make it easier for ourselves.
But yeah, I went down there, mate, just to fit a lockbox and get a feel for it. Knew where everything was in case the customers or wanted to
Yep.
ring up questions.
Yep.
Got that, mate. Got it looking fresh. Got it wasn't much to do. To be fair, it's a nice little apartment, great
Mm-hmm.
location, and then
Mm-hmm.
bang, another one, absolute killing it. It was just, I'm just bombarded with why everyone isn't doing it, but I'm glad everyone's not
Yeah.
doing it.
Because then, yeah, there'd be less for us, right? I think people are just skeptical. I think people think it's they say all sorts, don't they? I think if you can believe something can't work, then you're going to tell yourself every reason why it can't work, But if you do have a bit of belief as to why it can work, then equally it will work for you. It's just all about your mindset, isn't it? Really, and how you see things.
Listen, it sounds like I'm having a whirlwind, but I put a lot of hard work into this. Me and Ollie did.
Oh yeah,
There,
sure you have, mate.
there was a lot of furnishing the houses. I had a lot of meetings. So I had a lot of people ring me up saying, "Look, can I have this one house on the HMO? We'll give you this."
Yeah,
So, yeah, I had
yeah,
a lot of time taken, but yeah, it's all been worth it. And at the end
yeah.
of the day, I class it as networking experience, and
Of course, it's all part of the process, isn't it?
it's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah. So that one there in Croydon, so is that like service accommodation, Airbnb style, or is it like sort of medium term tenants
It's
like what we
it,
get, or a bit of both?
Looking at Airbnb. I literally, like, again, if I marketed that one properly,
Yeah,
I'm a bit, I'm a bit on the marketing side. I'm not the best of it, I'm still trying to
yeah,
work it all out and stuff. But,
yeah.
service accommodation, mate. Yeah, put it, and I've had no booking for Airbnb, but Booking.com, it's
Flies off the shelves.
absolute flies off. But it is
Yeah,
a great location. I just, again,
yeah.
how no one's got that or why they wouldn't want to get one, I would never know.
It's just people don't believe it, do they? I mean, I think that one is so that's in Croydon. It might be White Horse Lane around that sort of area.
Something Gardens at Hillcote. Yeah, I'm not very familiar with London, mate.
Yeah, I think I remember it coming in the group, but yeah, I mean, you're going to get so many more working professionals, people like there's way too many people in London as it is, let alone like these Southeast London, Croydon. There's just so many people compared to even Wales and Hereford that there's no lack of supply and demand. Sorry, is there?
Yeah, well, I say my flat's booming. The one in Hereford that we got, that was booming, but Croydon's
Yeah,
just as booming.
yeah,
It's
it's
just
so
as
busy
good.
there. It's so busy. You've got the football stadium not far from there. You've got jobs all
Exactly,
around the place. There
exactly.
was talks of them building like a big shopping center in Westfields in Croydon, but I don't know if they're doing that anymore. But there's loads of development going on all around East Croydon, West Croydon. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me that you've got untold people looking to book it. Do you know what I mean?
No, no, it's been a great product for us, and again, yeah, I mean, really, really good.
Keeping hold of that one then, yeah?
I don't know. The only problem is with Ollie. Like I said to you, mentioned with Ollie.
Yeah,
He's working away in Hong Kong at the moment, so it's quite
bit
hard.
busy.
It's a bit busy. Obviously, I've got a full time job and that, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's a bit. It's quite a lot. It's just obviously, like I mentioned to you, I'm looking to take another route now,
yeah,
where again, I'm on the phone to mortgage advisors. I'm on the phone to
mm.
this, and then you get an email. Oh, there's no toilet paper in the. Do you know what I mean? Then I
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
ring the cleaner. So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's like for someone, I do well enough now to probably be able to sell that on to
yeah.
someone who's
Someone
looking
else.
someone looking to start up and
Mm-hmm.
happy to
Mm-hmm.
share figures with them. It's not a case of I need
Yeah,
to do it because it's not making money. It's just I'm
yeah,
taking another route, which I fully believe
yeah,
that I will
yeah.
smash.
Which we'll go into for sure. 100% you're going to smash whatever route you go down, mate, for sure. Judging off what you've been doing, I think going forward then, so there must have been some challenges. I know, like, obviously we've had some great deals there, but there are challenges. I mean, I've had challenges myself, like you say, some of the logistics, tenants, guests, toilet paper running out here and there. There are some things that make it difficult. um any that spring to mind for you that have jumped out? Any horror stories, any funny stories where you've had nightmare guests or tenants that you could think of off the top of
um,
your head?
to be fair, I mean, the only that the graph that it was furnishing the houses and that, but look.
Yeah,
You're not going to get that kind of money by just going, bash, there you go, there's the keys, get in there. You've got to put the
yeah,
graft in, and I'm happy I put
yeah,
the graft in.
yeah.
Um, Other than that, we had some people, the first tenants I told you about, they was paying 2,000 all in. They left a month
Mhm,
early. They were kept saying,
mhm.
so I took their deposit and they were saying, well, we're
Yeah,
going to do this,
straight.
we're going to do that. And I just said,
All
look,
right. Well,
you've left a month early.
yeah,
I've clearly got the contract here. I
yeah,
think clinical pinnacle thing, like you say, is get the contract, get the passport. That's a massive factor in everything. And
for
I've learned
sure. Protect yourself.
massive, yeah, massive thing. So I like that. That's all I do now. But other than really people leaving early and a bit stressed, like are we going to get this done? But I think
Mhm.
as long as you're not lazy and you put the work in and
Yeah,
you keep in contact, like the WhatsApp group's a massive, massive, great thing for us. It's
yeah, for
just
sure.
all working professionals, just little questions that you don't think, oh, is that right? Bang, put it in the
Yeah,
group, and you've got all these
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I can't really complain. I've had a lot of, I was finishing work. We put I ended up going on spare room then. People contacted me saying, look, I need a room. I need someone to get in the room. So I was
Yeah,
networking, finding people, charging
yeah, yeah,
fees for that. That was
yeah, yeah,
just that was just more challenging, like finishing work, picking them up, showing around, taking them back.
yeah,
But
yeah.
again,
Course,
it's
course, course.
it's not big challenges.
No, no, not compared to, say, working 40 hours a week on a job. That,
No, so
and
I wouldn't say I've had anything really challenging. I mean, a couple of times, like the cleaner wouldn't turn up in London and
that
didn't
happens. That
say,
happens.
and someone cancelled on me at my one of my properties, and
Mhm,
they didn't cancel, and
mhm.
then the next person that come in, obviously it wasn't clean,
Double
so yeah.
booked. Yeah, yeah,
And then and so I had one guy that come in, and he said, "Look, I bought my partner here for a birthday. It's it's not been cleaned. I just felt
yeah,
terrible. I rang him up. I said, look, give me your
yeah,
bank details. All I
yeah.
can
I'll
do
get
is
back to you.
apologise. No.
Yeah,
I didn't charge him for the room. He got his money back, and I gave him
yeah.
£100 to take his partner
Oh,
out for
you're a
for
good.
a
You're
meal.
you're a good man. You're a good
Just,
man. You.
just as an apology, because I was embarrassed, but
Of
at
course.
the same time, it wasn't a mistake from my end because it was the guys that said they weren't coming, but they did.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
We've
yeah,
had things like that happen.
I think if you do go down that route and things like that do happen, as long as you are generous or you do show you are apologetic and you mean it, just
Yeah.
little gestures like that. They didn't complain. They didn't write a bad note or anything,
No. Yeah.
and it was quite a big occasion for them. So I appreciate that from
Yeah. Of
them. But
course. Of course.
yeah,
No, it's all about just having that integrity, isn't it? And, like, yeah, if you can look after people, and if things every now and again do go wrong, and you can give them a refund or give them some sort of discount, or buy them dinner or whatever, just as a gesture,
yeah,
it goes a long way, doesn't it? And then
yeah,
when you're in the
exactly.
position, you're fortunate enough to be in that position where you're making good money. you don't have to take every single pound. You know, you can be fair to people if things go wrong and give them a little drink like that. I mean, that's good of you to do that, you know, for sure. So going forward, mate, what's the exciting plans then? What's the plan going forward? You said you're looking to pivot a little bit. Let's talk about that.
So basically, again, a couple of things I learned from your course. So my dad owns a property in
Mhm.
Wales.
Mhm.
He's got about 100,000 left to pay on his mortgage.
Yep.
So I got in contact with dad. I said, listen, I've done this course, blah, blah, blah. And my
Mhm.
dad's quite intelligent. He sort of took it all on board and was like, okay, yeah, let's talk. I'm interested. So I said, let's
Yep.
go see the mortgage advice. I said, look, I'll buy your half your house on a buy to let
Mhm.
mortgage.
Mhm.
And there's no deposit needed from my end or anyone. He didn't believe it. You know, the older geezer, like, well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I took him to the mortgage advisor. Basically, look, cut a long story short, said, can I buy my dad's house, half of it on a buy to let mortgage? Dad gives me the deposit, let's just say.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, because dad's going to go and live in Spain. So
No,
we
go on, Dad.
go on, dad. Yeah, that's what it's like. I'll be coming with you. But
Yeah.
yeah, we went to the mortgage advisor and he said, look, I can pull out 180 grand, 189,000 for you on a buy to let,
Fantastic.
which
Yeah.
means I'll be paying, I think it was 520 back remortgage payments. We'll
Yep.
then rent dad's property out for 1,200 a month. Obviously, passive
Lovely.
income there. So 700
Yep.
passive
Yep.
income.
No brainer.
And we've got 189. So dad's got to pay his mortgage off, which is 100,000.
Yep.
That leaves 89 grand to go forward.
That's not bad, is it?
No, that's good. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, obviously, if I didn't do your course, I wouldn't have a clue how to, how to approach
Yeah,
them
yeah.
towards the price
I
of
mean,
doing that.
that's I mean, that's just amazing when you think about leveraging money like that. I mean, the money would have just been trapped in the property otherwise, right?
Yeah,
So
well, you want,
you
yeah.
intelligently leveraged it out,
He wants to
and
go to Spain.
yeah, yeah. And
And
don't we work hard so that we can live the life we want? Isn't that kind of what we're supposed to be doing? I think people need to wake up and realize that you can use money from your home if it's just sitting there in your house and not doing anything for you. We're not
exactly,
getting your old man's not getting any younger. And if he wants to go and live in Spain and sip cocktails and live in the sun and do whatever he wants, then he should be able to do that, shouldn't he? If he's worked hard
exactly,
his life and he's got an
exactly.
asset there sitting there, so
So
that's amazing, mate.
what we did was I said to him, look, you need to go and live in Spain. I
Yeah,
can't really afford it. I said if you obviously what I just went through with you. I said, look,
yeah,
you'll get 700 a month passive income, right? I
yeah,
said, and I'll give you 50 grand to go to Spain with. Let's just say on hindsight,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That still leaves me with 39 grand for free. So
yeah,
you know what I'm doing now. I'm going straight to Wales and buy a house for 80 grand and do it up.
yeah, yeah. Simple, simple. So that's the plan now. You're gonna go and find something in the valleys for like 80 grand, 90 grand.
Yeah, we're looking at places in Merthyr, so I'm gonna go and hopefully go and get one in Merthyr for around 80, three bed.
Yeah, lovely.
Spend 15 on it doing it up, 15 to
Mm-hmm.
20.
Yep.
And then you know what the rest is, don't you? Get it revalued,
Get it
remortgage it,
revalued, remortgage it, refinance it, get the equity out,
and
go again,
rent it out and
rent it
make a
out.
little bit of passive from that one, and then we go again.
Yeah, that's fantastic, mate. Merthyr a really good area as well. I think there's a lot of opportunity in Merthyr for sure.
It's a lot of up and coming. I've done my research. Like you
Yeah,
say, they're pumping a lot of money into Merthyr at the moment.
they are.
Um,
Yeah,
you do have your rough places, don't get me wrong, but I'll be staying away from
yeah,
them.
yeah. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I looked at a few houses down there myself, and I got told by the agents they're putting a lot of money into development around there as well. So I think that's
They
a
are, yeah.
sound investment. And if you're starting at that price, 80, 90 grand, you can't really go wrong, can you? You're right at kind of at the bottom of the market, really, in terms of you're not overspending on something. It's anything around the 100 grand mark, I think, is a steal, really.
Exactly. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So do it up, refinance it, and then rent it out passively, or you're going to do it as an Airbnb, or you're going to just
Now,
rent it out to a single let.
what I'm going to do is rent it out, passive
Yeah,
income.
as it is. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll do it up. Obviously, do the remortgage, refinance, rent it out,
yeah,
go
yeah.
to the next one, go to the next one.
So
I
that'll be
just
you just building your portfolio for that one, then really just keep rolling it on.
Well, yeah, you've got to think. Obviously, I make passive income from my other properties now,
Yeah,
so I can potentially, if I do get this 39, well, when I get this
yeah,
39,
yeah,
I can go full time and yeah, just go from there. And I'm buzzing for it. It's a new journey, and I can't wait.
yeah, yeah. That's fantastic, mate. Because a lot of people think that you can't do this sort of thing or build a business when you are in full time employment, but you're proof that you can,
It's like I say, it's been hard. It's been a lot of time, but I wouldn't change it for absolute nothing. It's
Yeah.
what it's clued me up on as well is yeah, it's given me a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're in a fantastic position now. So now it's like you're already looking into the future and thinking, well, ultimately I could go full time into property, and I don't really need to work my job in the future, which
That's
is
why
amazing.
I believe if I went full time in property, I could. There's more I could do.
Oh,
And
100%.
yeah,
100%, bro. All that would mean
exactly,
is you have more time, isn't it? More time to put into it, more time to do the deals, like you say, more time to market, negotiate, learn new things, new strategies, go and speak to vendors, get below market value properties. If you had
exactly.
more time in the day, God knows what you'd be doing, mate, because some of these numbers that I've got in front of me here is frightening.
I know, but that's the thing, and I'm struggling at work because I'm running outside all the time. Like answer the phone to the mortgage advisor, come
Yeah.
back here. What are you doing? I said, nothing. It's my
Yeah.
doctor. I've got bad shoulder. And but yeah, it's no, it's great, mate. Like I say, I'm in a good position, and I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it, and that's the main thing. I'm not stressed. I'm
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
it's just enjoyable, and I can see a vision and a future where I this is full. This will be full time.
Yeah, no, you're thriving, mate. I can see just by having a chat with you that you're thoroughly enjoying it, and I think this suits you more, the entrepreneurship life.
I
You
think
seem
it
to be,
does.
yeah, you can spin quite a few plates, and like you say, it's just organizing things, isn't it? And yes, it can be difficult in the beginning, and it can be a lot of work, more than maybe most people want to do, say, at a typical 9 to 5. But
Yeah.
if you do that in a short period of time, like you have over the last year to 18 months, I'd say you've been at it, then you can set yourself up for the next 40, 50 years of living the life of Riley, whatever you want to do.
Exactly, and I want to be able to get up on a Monday and not have to go to work. I want to be able to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm going to go shopping today, and then I'll
Yeah.
go get my laptop out and start working.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful. And if you ever
that's
want
the
to
goal.
chip off to Spain whenever you want, you can.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
That's great, mate. That's great. So what advice would you have for someone just starting out then? Someone who might have some of those sort of self-limiting beliefs. Maybe they don't quite believe it can happen, or they're a bit apprehensive. Maybe they haven't got much capital to start with. Maybe they've only got 4 or 5 grand to their name, if that. What would you tell them to do? Would you tell them to jump into rent to rent? Would you advise them to get educated? Like what do you think the best steps for them to do would be?
First things first, what I did is I don't take a lot of things seriously. I was never really good in school. I
Me neither.
struggled to concentrate.
Yeah.
But when I bought your course, the reason I went
Mm-hmm.
to Spain is to get myself
Mm-hmm.
away from everything, sit
Mm-hmm.
down, focus,
Fantastic advice. Yeah.
make sure there was no sort of, what's the word, thing,
Distractions.
distractions. Obviously, you're in
Mm-hmm.
Spain, the sun's shining, the clubs are pumping, but yeah, I was in a place in the middle of nowhere. To be fair, there wasn't a pub.
Yeah.
Um, just sat down, always get a pen and paper whilst you're doing the
Mm-hmm.
course, jot
Yeah.
everything down, and
Sure.
yeah, just make sure you knowledge, just clue yourself up in everything, anything you want to go for. Get yourself as
Mm-hmm.
much information as you can, and
Mm-hmm.
then if you've got 5 grand, me personally, there's two things I would do.
Mm-hmm.
I would go into landlords who are struggling to pay their mortgages that can't sell, see how long a property's been on the market for.
Fantastic advice.
Um,
Yeah.
I would, if it's been on there for a few months, what I did, I told him, I said, look, not many people buying at the moment, which they weren't. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't lying. I don't want
No.
to go and give people false information. I'm being
No, it's
completely
true.
honest.
You offer them a solution, haven't you? End of the day.
Yeah, and I would try that, and even if you can make 300 or 400 pound a month off a rental, um, do it. It's a start. That 3 or 4, if you don't have to put nothing in if you do a rent to
Mm.
rent, say.
Yeah.
Um, But if you want to go down the service accommodation route, again, I would find out where the high demand is, find
Yeah.
out where works are being done, which you state in your course, to be fair, which what I
Yeah.
learned, and
Yeah.
just find
Go
it.
from
But then,
there.
yeah, don't use that property. Spend a little money changing a few things, a little bit of liquor, a nice bit of
Mm-hmm.
furniture, which you can get cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the best at that. I'll be honest with you. I got some help with that. But
That's all right.
they done really well. And again, I didn't just say go and do it. I was helping, learning, buying. Okay, that looks good.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
you can start up. You don't need a lot of money to start up. You're not going to start
No,
up and earn 20 grand a month passive income.
not
But
straight away. No.
it's a little project. You should believe in yourself and do, and yeah, I believe anyone can do it. It's not hard. It's
No,
just you've got to put time into it.
yeah, no, that's fantastic advice, mate. I think having that self belief and just believing that you can do it initially and taking that step, that's what most people struggle with, from my experience. Like a lot of the calls that I go on and a lot of the mentees that we have, most people, it's their mindset is their first obstacle. You know, believing that they can actually do it is the hardest part for most. And then also giving up too soon. I think I find with a lot of people, you know, in the beginning, you know, you're quite fortunate, you've got to deal quite quickly, but some people it takes, you know, a month, a couple months, and before you know it, they're getting bogged down with their job and this and that, and they end up just giving up, you know, which is a shame, really.
I would always, if my advice would be as well, if you are going to go into it with someone, go into it with someone. So go into it with someone
Yeah,
who's proved that. And
yeah,
that's only my advice because
yeah. No, it's good advice.
if you're working full time, sometimes you can't get that thing done, and they can go and do
Yeah,
that. And like me and
yeah,
Ollie, we got a great relationship. We
for
both had each
sure.
other, both had each other's backs. Anything he
Yeah,
couldn't do, I could do, and vice
yeah,
versa.
yeah.
And it's good to have a good team behind you.
For sure, for sure. I did think that when we came on our first call, I thought these boys are going to do well because you seem like close. And those times when you're at work and you need someone to respond to, like you say, a message or, you know, this person, that person, it's good to have teamwork there. You know, with me, I've got my missus there and she helps out a lot with that sort of stuff as well. So I couldn't have done all of it just by myself simply. You know, you do need to have some sort of support system at least. You know, it does help.
By 100%, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome, mate. So, well, it's been fantastic catching up with you, mate. We've flown
Thank you,
through it.
mate. No, that's
We've
fine. I'm not much of a
we
chatter, I wouldn't think so.
oh, you've done ever so well, mate. You like a natural.
Brilliant.
So before we go, then just where can people catch up with the latest stuff of what you're doing and stay updated with your brand and your property business? Is your Instagram handle, I presume, OST?
Yeah, we've got OSTT Developments. That's LTD. That's on Instagram. You follow us.
Yeah, yeah,
We don't post much on there, to be honest with you, as much, but we do get a little bit of content on there. Like again,
yeah.
when you've got service accommodations and you've got someone in your rent to rent, there's not much to post. But obviously,
Sure.
our journey now, obviously, again, Ollie's going to be pulling out equity out of his house at some point, and then probably
Yeah,
we'll collaborate again, and then
yeah,
yeah, we're putting it up there. There's obviously you've got the house in Spain that's on there. Well, if it's not, I'll
yeah.
put it up there so people can see. And
Yeah, awesome.
yeah,
So OST developments on Instagram is where people can find your best work. I'll try and be pushing you to get some more content up on there, and I can help you out with some bits and bobs on there as well for sure.
just what I need. Thank you.
Because people love to see it, you know, people love to see the updates, and it sounds like they're going to be getting to see lots going on, buying houses and all sorts going on in the future. So lots of exciting stuff for people to see on there, mate. Good catching up, mate, and we'll catch up soon. All right.
Yeah, yeah. Take it easy, buddy.